Wow, everybody, it's Bachelor in Paradise, and we are recapping it here on AFTERBUZZ TV. It was hot, it was mean.
It was dramatic, it was steamy, it was everything you need.
We're talking about it with our guest, Sarah Herron. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Whoa, everybody, don't break my heart, my achy, breaky heart. I feel like that's a good theme for tonight's episode.
For Bachelor in Paradise
Man, we
in general.
haven't, right?
Yeah.
Have we seen that early? Have we seen this much heartache in Bachelor in Paradise history?
This early on, no.
I don't think
is
so.
The most dramatic season
Ever.
I feel like that's Chris Harrison's famous line, and it
course.
actually might be true.
Yes.
I cannot believe. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. First of all, I'm Brooks Forrester, and to my left,
It's Kristina Zias. I'm so happy to be back here.
and then we have a very special guest,
Sarah?
Sarah Herron.
Hello.
Sarah, thank you for
having
doing
me.
the show. We are stoked to have you.
I'm so excited
I
to
feel
be
like
here.
this is the perfect timing too, because you were for sure the MVP of Bachelor in Paradise so far in last season with the whole Chad fiasco. So slow clap.
Slow clap.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
Sarah, you have been a fan favorite for a long time. Look,
Thank you.
like yeah, and you were on. So let's do your seasons because
Yeah.
you've been on 3.
Yes, I was on Sean Lowe's
Yep.
season, season 17.
I say this because we all need a reminder. I mean, even
Yes.
Bachelor alums can't remember, obviously,
Oh,
from
yeah.
like tonight's
From
episode.
yeah.
They're like, oh, that's what episode you were on?
Yeah.
So, yeah, please.
Okay, so I was Sean Lowe's season 17.
Yep.
And then I was Bachelor in Paradise season 1. So, back where it all started. And now Bachelor in Paradise 3.
3.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot.
Out of all the
It's
three
a perfect
seasons,
amount. It's a
right?
perfect amount.
Out of all the 3 seasons, which did you find to be the most challenging?
That's a great question. They're all challenging, but each one has been for a different reason.
Okay.
So season 1 on Sean's season was tough because it's you and 25 other women.
Right.
Paradise is hard because you have to move fast and you have to, form a connection right away or else you're going home. And season 3 was particularly challenging because, Chad was like
Because of the Chad.
pain in
Because
the ass.
Chad Bear, just,
just because Chad.
you don't need to say more. Chad
Yeah.
Bear. We got it.
Chad Bear.
Chad Bear.
Yeah.
That's what he refers to himself as.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. The
Well-
Chad Bear was me tonight. But wait, sorry. I just need to say one other thing before we
Do it,
get
do it,
going.
do it.
Yeah.
Before we dive into this, because we need to get in and we need to get deep. Obviously, we're missing 2 people. We're missing Danny.
Chelsea.
And we just wanted to say we miss you guys. We miss your voices. And, you guys got to have your show with just the two of you guys. So,
So now it's Brooks and I.
now we're on a date, Now we're dating the show.
So what does that make me?
That make third wheel.
Third wheel.
Yeah.
I
3
missed
shows,
that.
Bachelor in Paradise 3, third wheel.
Very
Okay.
used to it.
Well, let's get into it.
Wait, really quickly before we get into it, I feel like I need to know this about Sarah before we get into this
Okay,
episode.
okay, please do.
So Ashley, I was here last season and she told us that when you sign up to be on the show, you have to write a list of 3 guys that you want to see in Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes.
Who were your 3?
Well, because of spoilers, I can't tell you a couple of them because we don't know if they're going to show up yet or not.
Okay.
Right.
Give us at least one.
At least one. I don't. Yeah,
She wanted someone there, you guys.
no, there were people I wanted there, and I can't tell you though. I can't tell you guys.
Okay.
That's
you
okay.
know what?
This is a situation.
You're going to come back on afterwards and let us know the
Yeah,
deal.
I'll let you
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Okay, perfect.
this is the first time in a long time in the show's history that we have somebody that's currently on the show.
Right.
So at any point, Sarah, if you feel like, hey, I gotta pump the brakes on this is something I can't talk about.
Yeah.
We are totally understanding and we are appreciative of
you.
you being here and we are stoked to
No
just get into
spoilers.
it.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. We're all about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Suck it, Steve. You guys all know who I'm referring to, right?
Reality
Steve.
Steve.
All right, cool. Dang, we just kind of plugged him in a way.
Yeah.
Don't go to his site, you guys. Just
that.
watch it. Just let it play out on its own. Okay, so we were there for the Chad Bear. What were your feelings initially starting the show with like, here we go with Chad? Sarah.
completely honest, I was so excited to meet Chad.
Yeah.
We all were. We all kind of thought, you know what? He might be like just misunderstood because he had some funny one-liners on JoJo's season.
Really funny, yeah.
Yeah, and we kind of were all thinking, this is his chance to redeem himself.
Right.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He's going to come in. He's going to be entertaining. He'll be fun. And instead, he just came in like a hurricane, literally. And, you know, we talk about it. It was just the biggest disappointment.
Well, did you have those expectations, Kristina, coming into Bachelor in Paradise with Chad? Like, maybe
mean-
did we see a redemption, or were you like, oh, we're going to see Chad Bear
No, I
really
mean,
flex his
I
muscles?
always thought that Chad was just misunderstood, and I thought he was funny, and yeah, he, you know, did say some rude things sometimes, but I always thought it was like kind of taken out of context. I thought this was the time for him to redeem himself, and I really thought he was going to do that. So I was so disappointed by it, but also I was just disappointed by the whole production around it, like all the deli meats, like everything. I just felt like it was such a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I kind of liked it as well. Like, it was the first time they've gone so far as to just
So
be like
far.
blunt
So,
about
yeah.
what they're doing and just kind of embrace it. Like, we're just gonna ham this up, pun intended. Wah,
Do you
wah,
think
wah.
Chad was genuinely surprised that he was kicked off?
I do, because I don't think Chad sees the wrong in what he's doing. Like, he's just completely disillusioned, or what was the word I'm looking for? He's just
Right.
not aware.
I think
of-
disillusioned was a great word.
yeah,
Definitely.
he's just not, he doesn't get it. He doesn't see, you know, the responsibility of his actions. And so I think he thought Chris was kidding. And then Chris was not kidding.
Well, and he seems pretty deliberate. Like,
Yeah.
from JoJo's season, I thought, oh, he's pretty calculated. He knows what he's doing. He knows what the show is, and he knows how to play
Yeah.
off of people's emotions. But we're kind of saying that maybe that's not true. Maybe he just literally is a jackass.
I don't know. I feel
Is
like
that too strong?
one, I think he was really drunk, and not that makes it okay. But I think that maybe he doesn't realize how bad he is because he was really drunk the night before. Is that possible? You were there, so you tell us.
I mean, he was,
Wasted.
yeah. And so in that regard, you know, I woke up the next day and I was like, "Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad for Chad. Like, he's going to have to live with that. And it's so sad that it got so bad and he just got out of control. But now we've come home and he's still that way. Like, I don't know if you follow him on social media, but he's just next level bad.
Yeah.
Unapologetic.
So he doesn't really care.
No.
But he kind of had some sense of like maybe there was opportunity cost.
I
because
mean, he
I'll
said,
never be Bachelor.
yeah, I can't ever
right?
be the Bachelor. That was my favorite line. I can't believe he actually thought he would go on this show and that would be the result.
Yeah, the path to Bachelor has never been Bachelor in Paradise.
No.
Definitely not.
Yeah, this is where you go like after, you know, you didn't make it, you know, that wasn't an option for you, Chad.
Yeah.
I actually think, I gotta say, my favorite line was when he got super pissed. Chris Harrison goes, "Where are you going?" Like, in the heat of the moment, you know, Chad is like pretty intense, and he's like, "Where are you going?" He's all, "Tulum," or what did he say? Tijuana. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe this gets there, and he starts walking off. I thought it was hilarious.
He says some funny things. I'll give him that, unless he's like making fun of people.
Well,
But
I thought it was interesting. So he left, and then Leah came in.
Yeah.
And she came in looking for Chad. And also, just Leah in general, I had no idea who she was because I thought she looked so different. Did you guys feel that way as well?
I didn't know who she was before.
Okay.
I didn't see Ben's season, so I never even saw her. When she walked in the house, she was completely new to me.
New person.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
By the
So
way, you guys.
what were your first? Sorry, go
Sorry,
ahead.
really quickly. Our internet isn't working, so chat roll isn't working. We've tried. We want to talk to you about this. So make sure to comment below, and we'll get back to you in the videos tomorrow for sure, later on tonight. FYI.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you about that. What were your first impressions of her? Because we all came with preconceived notions about Leia when she replaced Chad. How did you feel right off the bat?
You know, I was kind of in the same boat. I think Carly said it. We were just like, please don't let another girl come in today, because that meant
2 girls.
3 possibly we're gonna have to go home. And so you know, I was just more concerned about seeing another girl arrive, but I didn't really have an opinion on her.
Yeah,
Every girl gets kind of weird when they see a new girl walk in.
Right.
Yeah.
Paradise.
Yeah, so I have a question about that, kind of the group dynamic. So you've got your original cast, the people that you're originally there with. Was she considered original cast because you came in so early?
I think technically she is considered original cast.
Did you guys feel that way? Or
No, because
immediately
it's
you're
hard.
like,
If you're not there from day one, it's really hard to feel connected. Because she comes in right away and leaves almost immediately for a date.
Right.
And then the rose ceremony is the next day. So you don't really have that chance to, like, meet the people in the house.
I feel bad for her because I think that on Ben's season, she was very quiet for the most part. I remember even up to, like, there was that moment with, I think they were in the Bahamas with the pigs and everything, where you finally realized who she was. She was never really, there was never any attention on her during Ben's season, and I feel like she came into Bachelor in Paradise and was like, I'm not gonna let that happen again. Like, I'm gonna make sure I find love. I'm gonna make sure that, not that I'm seen, but you know, that she's not put in the corner. And I just did not go the way I think she wanted it to go.
and I didn't see, I kind of came with that preconceived notion of like, oh yeah, she's the girl that lied and got caught and then didn't admit to the fact that she lied.
Wait, so what did she lie about?
She made up some lie to Ben about Lauren. I forget exactly what she said. And then Ben told Lauren about it right afterwards, but wouldn't give up Leah's name.
Okay.
And then she asked Leah about it, and
yeah.
then she's like, no, I
"Nope,
didn't do that.
I didn't say anything."
I do remember when she showed up, a lot of the girls in Paradise had issues with her. I do remember that
Well, it
now.
was interesting
was-
because Lace said we're not on good terms, but she said
Yeah.
Lace and I are
Like
friends.
yeah.
That stinks.
That did stink. Well, and I was kind of hoping that she would come through and have a little bit of a different ending as well.
Yeah.
But there was multiple things in her experience. I was like, it wasn't just the lie, you know, that in Ben's season. There are other things that kind of didn't play out for her very well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And also on this season either.
well, and she says she's getting close to Lace. We immediately after that we see Lace talking to the bartender, Jorge.
Yeah.
Tell me about Jorge, Sarah. What's going on
love
there? Is he
Jorge.
part of the
You
original
do?
cast?
Yeah. Jorge's original cast.
Yeah.
Jorge's the greatest because he
Jorge the Great. That's a great.
Jorge
I like
the Great.
Jorge the Great.
because he is actually very, very observant. So he's just kind of like watching everything from the side, right?
Yeah.
And he's there all day, every night with us. And a lot of the times, like, we see Lace in tonight's episode go to Jorge for like dating advice, and
Right.
I found myself in that bar stool with him all the time too, because he's you know
Spoiler coming up.
because he's the one who's like, oh yes,
sees it all.
like stay clear of that guy, or like
Yeah.
I like that guy,
So
or
he
whatever.
does give input.
Oh yeah.
Can you solicit input from him as well, or are they like, hey, don't put Jorge in the position? What are the rules around
There are no
Jorge?
rules.
There are
There's
no.
no rules in
Do you
Paradise.
think the guys
really.
go to Jorge as much as the girls do?
No.
Okay.
No. I think they just go to Jorge for like shots.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The girls are the ones that are like, talk to me.
Is it just Jorge? Is he serving up all the drinks for everybody? I mean, there's a lot of people doing a lot of drinking.
No, Jorge's the main bartender, but then
Okay.
there's like a fully staffed kitchen and
Right.
people back there
Yeah.
that are.
Can I ask another
Taking care
question?
of
Kind
us.
of around the same kind
Yeah.
of eating and drinking.
Yeah.
They're always eating.
Yeah, well, because there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
And Brooks, I don't know if you remember, but in Tulum, our
Yeah.
food was horrible.
I
Do you
just-
remember that, or do you?
I vaguely even remember Bachelor in Paradise. I was on Bachelor in Paradise one episode.
Wait,
And I'm
he's like, oh, I forgot I was
I have
on.
to ask questions about it because I can't remember. I'm like, did they feed us that much? I don't think
No,
they did.
well, on our season, it was so bad. The food was horrible, and everyone like lost a ton of weight because
It was that
'cause the food
bad?
was so bad we wouldn't eat it, and we would just eat like apples and fruit that was sitting in the kitchen all day.
Yeah.
And so they corrected that in the last couple of seasons, and now they have a full kitchen and a menu that we would order off of. But
Oh,
also,
nice.
it's like, there's not a whole. You can only lay out in the sun for
Right.
Yeah.
so long, so all you do is just sit around and eat.
And drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and drink.
Can you go out into the water?
No, we couldn't this time.
Why?
Do you have any theories about that?
I do.
Okay,
That's
tell
because
us.
on our season, our escape was to go into the water. So everyone would
Without
like
a
go out in the water
mic.
because you couldn't go in the water with a microphone on. So we'd all go out there and just like hang out on boogie boards all day long.
Yeah.
and they'd be like
Interesting.
reaching out with a boom, but obviously not.
They couldn't get anything.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now you're not allowed in the water. You can like take a dip, but you have to come right back.
It was the first thing that I learned when I was there. It was like, if we're gonna say something and it's on a level that, you know, we're really gonna be even more honest, go to the water. And I didn't know that until they're like, hey Brooks, let's go boogie board. You'll want a boogie
That's the
board.
key word.
Yeah, and we would go out there and they're like, all right, here's what's going on. And I'm
That's
like, oh,
amazing.
this is cool.
I
We're
love
in the
that.
safe zone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
miss
nice.
that.
Okay, so that was different.
Yeah.
From 1 to 3. Is there more cameras?
Yeah, well, overall, I did feel like the production this time was so much more elevated than
Sorry,
ours.
pause.
Yeah.
I guess they don't know how. Those listening do not know how many cameras there were.
Yeah.
There were a few hidden cameras, but for the most part,
yeah.
guys with cameras.
Yeah, like
For the most
cameramen.
So what
There's
did
about
they amp?
7,
More
I think.
cameramen, more hidden cameras. What's up?
I would say more. I mean, nothing's hidden for the record. Like it's all out
You
in the
can see
open.
it,
You
yeah.
can see it. But just overall, it felt more like our first season was kind of down and dirty. You know, it was like guys running around with cameras and like obviously the audio thing. They didn't have everything figured out. And now they've definitely like
Yeah.
figured out the best places.
Probably
to
have
put
a bigger
cameras
budget because they know it's an actual show. The
Yeah.
first year they're probably just kind of testing it out. And
Exactly.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot nicer.
Okay, cool. Well, so we go into this first kind of date card, right? We end up getting Leah comes in with the
Leah.
date card. Leah. Yeah, I'm having a hard time. I'm bouncing all over the place with their name. Okay, so Leah comes in. She has her date card, and who does she ask out?
Nick.
Nick. Did you think that was happening, Kristina, from the get go? Because he kind of set us up for like a false.
Well, no, I
ending
think
there.
that after she realized Chad wasn't there, I feel like she almost like interviewed the guys a little bit, no? She was hanging around with a couple of them. And she seemed to be interested in Nick. And what I thought was really interesting is that the twins and Amanda all were like, yeah, if I just came in, I'd want to take Nick on a date too.
Yeah.
They are almost attracted to him. So I guess that's not so surprising.
How
to
would
me.
you do it if you were going in? Would you interview the guys? Would you go to the girls and say, who should I ask out? What would you do?
That's an interesting question. I think it would depend if there was someone there who I was maybe already talking to or someone who was interested in seeing. I don't know if I would ask the girls because I think that puts you in a situation where it's like if Leah asked Amanda who she should take and Amanda's like, well, I want to talk to Nick, then all of a sudden it's like, okay, so does that mean Leah can't ask Nick out? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you think?
Fortunately, I haven't had to be in that situation, but I think I would talk to all the guys.
Right.
As opposed to the girls.
Right, and get to know them.
Yeah, and form your own opinion.
Yeah.
Because most of the guys, I think, if they had something developing with a girl, they'd be like, just so you know, like, I am sort of seeing
Right.
Lace or whatever. And then you'd be like, oh, okay.
That's true.
That's awkward.
Okay, so she asked Nick out. They go on this date. We didn't really see a lot about what their date like. There was some drinking. There was some little games.
That's because I
We
feel like there was
see
no
a lot.
chemistry.
Yeah, montage of a bunch, which was weird. And then we just see him on the beach. They had a small conversation and then started kissing.
Right.
Thoughts about that, Sarah? Watching it back, were you like, that's about what I expected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Sorry,
were your thoughts? I don't
just
know.
a little bit more conversation. I didn't feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
we saw anything about their first date to lead us to like, that was a decent date or a bad date. It was just kiss. That's all I saw.
I feel like Nick speaks a lot though.
Totally.
He's very talkative and I feel like he had so many like one word answers that right away I was like, oop, he is
Disinterested.
not interested.
Okay, good call.
I mean, he asked
Good
Amanda out like a
observation.
couple minutes later, so I think.
Which was sad.
Okay,
Like-
so we weren't. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Really, yeah.
So we weren't expecting a lot. You guys weren't expecting a lot. Okay, so that date's
No.
done. So then we go to
Yeah.
Daniel. Daniel gets his date card, or reads the date card.
Yeah.
And it's for Nick.
Yes.
What happened there? Were you like shocked? Were you guys like, this is
No,
bullshit?
I was not shocked at all. That's exactly what they like to do in Paradise, you know? And I knew Nick was interested in Amanda.
Amanda.
I mean, he was pretty vocal about it.
Yeah.
So
What did he say that we didn't see?
I think we all kind of talked to each other about like, oh, who are you into? Da, da, da. And Nick and I know each other and we've been friends for so long that I remember having the conversation with him that he was like, I'm into Amanda. I'm going to go for that. And so I was not surprised at all that he got a date card.
Ooh, so this is a long time coming. This isn't just, hey, it's most convenient with Amanda on the show. So for Josh to come in, which I know we'll get to.
Yeah.
That was not just like hard for the moment. It might have been a little bit of like,
For Nick,
yeah.
when Josh got there.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, Nick actually, he held it together pretty well, I think. Because I actually think it was more of, Nick liked Amanda after the date. They had a good connection. I don't think Nick was immediately sold. I don't think Nick was like, I'm in love with Amanda.
Right.
And so when Josh came in and took her on the date, I think Nick was just kind of like, are you kidding? Here we go again. I think it was more annoying to Nick.
Did you ever have conversations with Nick about the whole Josh situation and he?
Yeah. I think, honestly, Nick just didn't really feed into it. He was just like, it is what it is.
What was
He didn't care.
Amanda's reaction to her date with Nick?
Amanda had an okay time with Nick.
Yeah.
But she didn't feel that connection that I know she was looking for.
Okay.
And she knew that right away.
Okay.
But I think, she didn't know who was coming. She wanted Josh to be there. She had said that. But she didn't know.
Ooh, it thickens. Really? So she had thought about Josh as well.
Yeah.
Dang, this love triangle
I know,
is
it's so
intense.
interesting.
I think that's the best dynamic we've had on any show thus far.
You do.
This early on. Oh, for sure. We've never seen
Not for me.
episode 2 a triangle like this. Which one?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
No, I guess you're right. It is good. But maybe just because, I wasn't hitting it off, I was kind of like...
Okay, I feel like we have to talk about this rose ceremony really quickly because, we kind of got through the dates, right? Before the rose ceremony. Mm-hmm. I know it seemed like you didn't have a moment, but I feel like you had a moment. Like that, what Daniel said to you was so sweet.
Well, okay, because I thought my rose was coming from Vinny.
Yes.
Which
You had
I don't
a
know.
sweet interaction with Vinny.
Yeah, I did. And I don't know. I'm interested to hear what you guys thought about it as viewers because for me, I felt like it was kind of portrayed as though I just swooped in and all of a sudden Vinny and I are kissing and it came out of nowhere. But we had actually spent a lot of time talking and getting to know each other. There was a lot of footage that obviously they didn't show.
What percentage would you say we're getting? 10%?
Yeah.
Of yours? Okay.
Yeah, because I felt like they just cut to a soundbite of me being like, so Vinny is the one guy that I am interested in, and it just felt like, where did that come from?
It did kind of look like that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it came off the way it did with Lace, where she was kind of like, I'm going to make sure I get this rose. I'll do anything I can. I feel like it seemed like there might have been a little bit more to it.
Vinny was great. I had a great time getting to know him, and I was really, really disappointed when he didn't give me the rose. They don't even begin to show my reaction. I was not happy. I was really bummed. But then Daniel.
So you were bummed before Daniel even gave you the rose.
Oh, yeah, I was so sad. Because I was like, great. The one guy that I thought I was interested in just gave another girl the rose, and now I have to go home.
But you had a conversation prior to the rose ceremony with Daniel, and your conversation was, tell us what that was like, because from where we're sitting as viewers, Daniel, his first appearance on Bachelorette,
Yeah.
we were like, okay, dude's weird, don't know what to do with him. Wasn't really even funny.
No.
Now he's weird and funny.
I know. That's why I think I'm so excited to see where it goes with Daniel this season because
Don't reveal too much for us.
No. I mean, where his character goes.
Oh, okay.
Because on his season of Bachelorette, I do think, a lot of his jokes, people just didn't get it. And they were like, what? This guy's weird. He's an alien. And then in Paradise, we started to see, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he starts getting more and more funny as we go along. And so, when he pulled me aside that night to chat, it was definitely out of left field. He and I had spent time in the house, and he was making me crack up. And as you know, I love funny. I just love funny, and I laugh hysterically. So that night when he pulled me aside, I was surprised, but I was like, this is different. And
A different style of comedy, you mean? Or
just, didn't expect Daniel to be the guy that's, complimenting me and telling me I'm, a great choice.
Yeah.
But laughter is the way to my heart, and so I started to feel like, well, maybe I should consider Daniel, and then he gave me the rose, and so at the end when he actually said these guys saved the best for last, my jaw dropped because that was like a line producers didn't feed him. He said it. He wanted to pick me, and it was just like, where did you come from? I thought I was going home. You're so great. You're so funny. You make me smile.
I think it was the moment of the night for sure.
Oh, it was for everyone in the rose ceremony behind me too. Everyone was just like, oh my God. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Kristina, about, we need to talk prior to moving on, about Carly and Evan and then Grant and Lace kind of pairing up.
Lace, I just can't get a good feel for her. I want to like her. I want to know more about her because I feel like so far it's been such a roller coaster. I can't even say it.
It's just so emotional.
It's just so emotional. I just can't get a good vibe from her. You know what I mean? It's like at first she's with Chad and like, yes, Chad is crazy and everything, but she seemed kind of crazy that night too. And then with Grant and then the whole camera thing, covering the camera, them sleeping together. I don't know. And then Carly and Evan, it's all sorts of awkward. All sorts of awkward.
Well, so I got a question about that. So Lace, in her appearance on Bachelor, she left. She's like, I have to work on myself. I don't know if you guys remember that moment. She's like, maybe this is moving a little bit too quickly. But then she moves pretty quickly.
Exactly.
On Bachelor in Paradise. Sarah, is the expectation on Bachelor in Paradise, maybe because there are no rules, is it things can move quicker and it's fine? I'm noticing pace and comments. People can be meaner. They can say things, and that the audience immediately isn't like reacting to. But if we saw that same comment on Bachelor, Bachelorette this early, we'd be like, mean girls, villains.
I think people definitely start to feel a little more comfortable in Paradise. You know, it's just you feel a little bit more lax. You're on a tropical beach, like you just loosen up. And I think in all senses, like you start saying things sooner, you act sooner. It's just, Paradise does that to your head, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
You were obviously very close to Carly.
Yes.
What was her reaction when she first kissed Evan? She ran back to you. What did she say?
No, I mean, exactly how you saw it was how she told it. I mean, she was just like, it was the worst kiss ever. And
I feel bad for Evan watching this.
I know. Because Evan is so great. And we would talk about, like, when he got the date card and he asked her and she said yes, he was like a little boy at Disneyland. Like, he's never been so excited about a girl as he is with Carly. And then Carly's on the side being like, it was so horrible. And so we were just like, what are you gonna do? Because he likes you so much and he means well. But yeah, I guess it wasn't
kind of a bummer for him because he does seem like a sweet guy.
Yeah.
And he does seem coming from a good place, really genuine. He just is kind of awkward. He's just kind of socially awkward.
No, he is.
A little bit.
He is.
Just
wait.
It gets
just
better?
Wait. Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Cannot wait for that. Okay, well, so you were close to Carly. Were you close to Amanda at all?
No.
No?
I really wasn't close to anyone except, I was friendly with all the girls, but Carly and I really hit it off because we had both been through Paradise twice. And as crazy as this is, we're the oldest girls.
Yeah.
Coming in at 29, we were the oldest girls there. And so we just felt like...
Do you feel older there?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, because I think the other girls the twins are like 23, I think.
Yeah, that's a big
Lace
difference.
is like 24. They're all
Amanda's
a lot
24,
younger.
I think.
Yeah, so just on an experience level, I didn't have great friendships with most of the girls.
Yeah, okay, I was asking because I was gonna see what the relationship with Amanda and I'm gonna say her name wrong again.
Leah.
What if there was any looked like Leah threw some shade. I wondered if that was bigger than we saw or they made it bigger than it actually was.
My experience of Leah was nothing but nice. I felt like she did come in trying to be nice and like mend broken bridges maybe with some of the girls. But obviously, I don't know if she said things on camera that I don't know.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay.
there was that awkward interaction with them when they were getting ready with the makeup and everything.
Yeah.
And with that said, so you guys, a couple of weeks ago, Brooks and I were at BeautyCon. We told you about it.
And we did not know that each other were present.
No, but it was a really
Bumped
fun
into
moment.
each other.
But anyways, we're working
I
with
was dolled
BeautyCon,
up
so we just wanted to
looking.
tell you guys
makeup,
a little bit
Brooks?
about it. He actually gave me makeup. And you actually
that's
gave me
right.
makeup that's featured in here tonight.
Get out.
Yes, he did. Okay, so BeautyCon, I don't know if you guys...
Hey.
That's so
Oh,
nice.
hey, Beauty. So I don't know if you guys know about like the seasonal boxes, but pretty much you pay per season, you get all new goodies delivered to you. So that's what BeautyCon does. It's $150 worth of product for $30. So it's kind of amazing. Yeah. There's just great stuff on it, like eye makeup remover. There's lipstick.
You need that in Paradise.
You do.
A lot of this.
Oh yeah,
There's
you do.
like instant cooling body soother. You probably need
Awesome,
this in
that-
Paradise because
Yeah.
everyone was. I don't know how you girls did it because Josh Murray stepped
So
onto
dumb.
Paradise and he was like dripping
so
from
dumb.
head to toes.
Oh my gosh.
How do you guys
Josh
keep your
was
makeup on?
So sweaty all
was
the time, but it was kind of
drenched.
funny.
It was funny.
Like he was always just soaking.
Anyways, you guys, BeautyCon, really good stuff. Check out their seasonal boxes. You could check it out at beautycon.com.
So is this one of those that you can
box.
pick the stuff and you want to send
No,
it
it's
back? just you
completely
get-
surprise.
They give you everything.
It's a completely surprise. Every season, there's new things.
Oh, that's
It's
kinda
$30, but it's $150 worth of stuff. And the best part about it is that beauty experts select the boxes. So I know Candy Johnson, who's a huge YouTube beauty guru. I'm sure most of you probably know about her. She did their summer box. So I'm not sure who did their fall, but every season there's a new beauty guru.
Is it there
That's
like
awesome.
an annual plan or is it just monthly plan? Like if I sign up for an annual plan, do I save?
I think if
some
you sign up
money?
for an annual plan, you save $20. So
Nice.
So
okay,
do that.
That's cool.
Anyways, that's that.
And there's a code for that, Box Buzz, so you can save 20% on your subscription if that's something you guys are interested in. Box Buzz, 20%.
They need to do something on how to get Bachelor in Paradise makeup because I feel like the girls there look perfect. How much time do you guys all spend getting ready, honestly?
Well, it kind of turns into like an activity, you know?
You all
'Cause
do it
there's just so
together.
many hours in the day that you're like, I'm gonna go put makeup on for the 8th time today.
Instead of eating or
Okay.
drinking.
Yeah, in between
Got
eating
it.
and drinking.
Okay, so we've got some stuff to cover. We've got the rose ceremony. Really quickly, I'm just going to go over those real quick. We know what happened, but we've got kind of Grant and Lace paired off, Evan and Carly, Jared and Emily, and then we've got Vinny and
Izzy.
Izzy.
I could
I'm
never.
like, who is Izzy?
No, wait. Every time in an interview, they'd be like, "Name the couples." You know, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And every time, like for some reason, Vinny and Izzy is like a tongue twister. So I'd always be
Vinny
like
and Izzy.
Vizzy. It was so hard.
I guess that would be like a good celeb couple name.
Yeah.
Izzy.
Okay, so with that,
Brooks
we've
was
got
like,
a
"Keep
special
going."
caller. We wanted to have someone's presence here on the show just so that he wasn't missed. Caller, are you on the line?
I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, the one and only Danny. Hoy! Danny, where are you?
Danny.
Who all is in the studio? Who am I talking to?
You are talking to Brooks.
Kristina.
You have to guess. You have to guess who I am.
This is one of two people. This is either Sarah Herron,
Or
nope, or Jubilee.
Jubilee. No, it's Sarah.
Jubilee got sent home from Paradise and came straight to AFTERBUZZ TV.
Oh, did she?
No, I'm kidding.
Spoiler, Danny, Jubilee gets sent home tonight.
Wait, so who is it?
It's Sarah.
It's Sarah.
Sarah Herron. Oh my gosh, this is great. I'm so sorry that I'm missing tonight, you guys. Sarah, how are Brooks and Kristina doing?
They're doing phenomenal. You're
We
missed, but they're
have-
doing great.
You are missed, and you have missed out on a lot of really cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
We got all the dirty details.
Oh yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, that just means, Sarah, that just means you have to come back in again this season.
Oh yeah. I'm on board. I'll come as often as
You
you
guys
want
heard
me.
it here. How was Mario Lopez this morning? I saw that you and Nick were there.
Mario was great. We did a ton today. Mario was awesome. That was kind of like a dream meeting him. I mean,
Yeah.
AC Slater. It's like
Yeah.
crazy. And he's very, very easy to look at. And
Did you like pull up your shirt a little bit?
yeah, like no, but he makes eye contact with you, and you're like, oh my
With those
God,
dimples
you're,
and
like,
everything.
so cute. Even though I know he's married and has children, but he's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
And then we did E News and Entertainment Tonight and Nancy O'Dell. It was a fun day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Put it this way: if Mario Lopez was in Paradise, you would have been giving him your rose without a doubt, correct?
If Mario Lopez was in Paradise and single, I would be giving him my rose.
Mario Lopez
There we
or
go.
Daniel? Who do you choose?
Well, that's not fair. They're different. They're different.
And one is cheers to weird, and it's kind of nice. And laughter is the way to your heart.
It is.
Not an 8-pack.
Guys.
Well, hey, I
chose
know you guys
Daniel.
have a lot of stuff to cover. I just wanted to call in and at least say hello. I'm so sorry I'm missing.
We're
but I'm
missing you,
shooting
Danny.
the show, and I wish I could talk more about what it is, but you will see soon enough. So I'm in Chicago. I fly
Ooh.
back on Wednesday, and I'll be back next week. I promise.
Cool.
Okay.
But I love you guys. I haven't even got to see the episode tonight, so I'm going to go back to my hotel room and watch that very shortly.
You're
Watch
going to
it.
love it, Danny.
And
It's
tomorrow night.
phenomenal.
Don't forget, it's 2 nights now.
Yeah.
2 nights.
Two
special.
nights, that's right.
Well, hey,
That's
Danny,
right.
thanks
So
for
next
calling
Monday, we'll be covering tomorrow night's episode and next Monday's episode.
It's a doozy.
It's
All right,
a duty.
Danny,
Well,
take
hey,
care
I
out
love
there.
you guys. Have a blast. Sarah, you're the best. Brooks and Kristina, you guys are awesome for crushing it. Chelsea and I will be back next week. We'll see you next Monday night.
Miss you.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, everybody, we've only got a couple minutes left on the show, so let's go over last thoughts. I mean, we didn't even get to cover Josh and the date with Amanda. We kind of talked about that, but they were pretty much just making out the whole time. There was a couple of things, Emily and Jared, and Emily, the whole
I have a couple
dynamic.
questions
So let's
for you
just
guys.
wrap it up.
Let's
Okay.
hear it.
Who do you guys want to see pair up?
Based on who's there right now. Okay.
Yeah. Or who do you want to see show up?
I'm interested in seeing, I want to see Ashley I show up. I want to see Chase show up. I don't know if that's going to happen because he's a potential next Bachelor, but
I don't know.
I would like to see him show up. And as of right now, I want you to find love.
Thanks, girl.
So
Thanks.
I don't know. That's hard.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that either because I don't even know who.
Brooks is like, I don't know who is on The Bachelor
And I have
anymore.
such a hard time
Oh,
remembering all the names.
I'm very excited based from the trailers to see Kayla show up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I feel like that will be really interesting. And also, I just met her and she's super nice. So I
Yeah,
think
she's
that'll
sweet.
be.
Well, I think tomorrow night is my date.
With?
It's right. It's out there.
It's in the preview, so
Okay.
it's out there. So you have to watch.
Okay, cool. We are looking
Yeah.
forward to
Wait.
tuning in.
I have something really quickly.
Okay.
I think it's really offensive. I'm just going to say this that if one twin gets picked, the other one gets to stay.
Oh, I was not happy
That's
with
Yeah,
not
that's dumb.
fair. I mean, I get they're a package deal and like good for them for packaging themselves that way. But if I was another female on the show, I would have been like, not cool.
At the
Oh,
end,
no.
do you have to pick both of them as well? Like they're like, well,
I know,
Can
it's
one
you
get
gotta-
engaged or both have to
yeah,
get
they
engaged?
both have to get engaged. What's the
I mean,
deal?
it's annoying. And we were like, how long is that going to last?
Okay, before we go, we have to talk about this. Speaking of offensive, Chad on
Yes.
episode 1 made some comments.
Yes.
You lashed back, stood up. Everyone was like, "Right on, Sarah! Slow clap for you!" Right?
Thank you.
And so, first of all, awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that. I don't think that's the easiest place and easiest thing to
No.
do, especially to someone like Chad.
Yeah.
He's a little intimidating.
Yeah. And you don't know what you're going to get.
Totally.
Shots were fired.
So talk about a little bit about that, and
Yeah.
then I want
It
to
was
segue
just,
into
it was a long day. Like I said earlier, we had very high expectations for Chad. He didn't come through.
Yep.
And after a whole day of seeing him just be totally inappropriate and disrespectful, I just hit my threshold. And I was like, I can't take it anymore. And I kind of knew I was walking into the lion's den as soon as I stood up to him. And,
He
he,
said, "Come what may."
yeah, and he just fired back.
So he hasn't yet apologized to you.
No.
He has apologized on Twitter.
Well, he's
On
apologized on television and on Twitter, but he has not apologized to me. And he's taken no actions towards doing so. I mean, there are ways to get my phone number. There are ways to contact
He
me.
knows people that know you
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, well, and then out of that, just recently you've got
Yes.
launched She Lift.
I just launched
What
a
is-
really
what is
special
She Lift?
project. It's a nonprofit organization that I started to empower girls with disabilities. And
Nice.
it's rooted in taking girls on outdoor adventures like skiing and camping and backpacking.
That's awesome.
Activities that I love doing, and giving girls the tools and the mentorship to do things that they didn't think
Because
they could
that's
do.
not always approachable. You did Yellowstone, you did Half Dome, and I remember how emotional that was for
Yeah,
you. I
changed
watched your
my
video.
life.
You were like, "This is one of the most emotional days of my life."
Yep.
And is that in part because you felt like this isn't approachable for me. This is hard to do.
Yeah, I grew up my whole life thinking I couldn't do a lot of things because I only had one hand. And then as soon as, I got the confidence to actually try things, that overwhelming sense of accomplishment only, fueled my confidence further and further and further. And so I wanted to be able to provide experiences like that for other girls.
That makes me emotional.
I know,
Sarah.
that's incredible.
That is
Thank
intense.
you.
You
Yeah.
are
So-
a badass.
So check it out, shelift.org. And we're trying to host our first retreat in March. It's a ski retreat with Amy Purdy. I'm really excited.
That sounds so much fun.
If the website, they can also go to your Facebook, which is the same
Yeah.
thing, shelift.org, right?
The Facebook is shelift.org.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Chad, if you're listening, make a donation as an apology, right? That's
be
what you
Very
asked
nice.
for.
Happen.
I did ask that. That would be very nice of him.
Okay, well, Sarah, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being on the show and
Yes.
kicking ass. We are super
Yeah.
stoked to have you again on later in the season.
Yes.
All right?
Thank
All
you.
right, that is
Thank
that is a
you.
promise. You can find us on our social medias. You can find me at Brooks Forrester. Kristina, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Miss Zias. And I did a little Instagram stories quiz with Miss Sarah. So go check it
Go
out.
check it out. All right, Sarah, where can we find you?
Sarah Herron on Instagram and Twitter.
Perfect. All right, thank you
Thank you,
guys. That's our
guys.
show. Have a good one.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Shelift.org.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.